Are you looking for a specific position or a specific player?
Always I say, give me good players.
I'm very excited.
I'm really happy.
I'm very, very happy.
Guardiola's Manchester City looked broken. For years, they crushed everyone. But last season, injuries, fatigue, the midfield collapsed, Rodri got injured, and everything fell apart. But Pep, he's not done. The rebuild is here, and it might be scarier than ever. Man City had been winning for so long, people forgot they were actually beatable. But last season, they got exposed. You could see it week after week, tired legs, sloppy transitions, silly goals conceded. This wasn't the machine that used to pass teams to death. The midfield couldn't control games like before. The press didn't bite like it used to. And defensively, they were fragile, really fragile. Remember Feyenoord? 3-0 up, cruise control. Then bang, 3 goals conceded in 15 minutes. That collapse basically summed up their season. For the first time under Guardiola, they looked mentally vulnerable. Fans at the Etihad even booed them off. That never happens. Teams figured out how to sit deeper, stay compact, and hit City on the break. And when you don't have Rodri or De Bruyne fully fit, good luck. Kovacic, Bernardo, even Foden, none of them could dictate the tempo like City used to. Once City couldn't control the middle, they couldn't control anything. The scariest part, they weren't just losing to big teams, they were dropping points everywhere. PSG exposed them in Europe. Liverpool pulled away in the league. At one point, City were on Pep's worst losing streak ever. The aura was fading. The league didn't fear City like they used to. You want to know when City's season really collapsed? The moment Rodri went missing. There are important players, and then there's Rodri. He's the entire system, the anchor, the brain, the insurance policy. Without him, City looked like they were trying to drive a Ferrari with no steering wheel. Rodri missed 3 league games early on. City lost all 3, not drew, lost. That's how bad it got. Pep tried everything: Kovacic, Lewis, even Stones stepping into midfield. Nothing worked because Rodri doesn't just shield the defense, he controls the entire tempo. When City have him, they suffocate teams. Without him, it's chaos. The defense got exposed. Counters ripped them apart. Transitions, a disaster. Teams stopped respecting City's possession because they knew one turnover could kill them. And even mentally, you could see it. The players weren't confident. Once Rodri disappeared, so did City's identity. That's why Pep had to act. He knew if Rodri goes down again, this whole thing collapses. Let's be real, nobody holds higher standards than Pep Guardiola. This is a guy who's been breaking football for over a decade. Every league he touches is dominated. Every position on the pitch, he's reinvented it. Fullbacks turn into midfielders. Center backs become playmakers. Goalkeepers basically act like midfield pivots. And midfielders, they need PhDs to survive in his system. But here's the catch. When you're this detailed, this demanding everything has to work perfectly. One injury, one missing piece, and suddenly the whole puzzle falls apart. That's exactly what happened last season. The squad got older. The legs got heavier. De Bruyne's body started betraying him. Rodri got injured. The backup options couldn't keep up with the insane tactical demands. Even Pep himself said it. We concede because we are not stable. That's Pep code for my system works, but my players can't execute it right now. But if there's one thing about Guardiola, he doesn't panic. He adapts. He rebuilds. 2016, tough first year at City, he rebuilt. 2020, Liverpool stole the league, he rebuilt. Now same thing. And when Pep rebuilds, everybody should be nervous. Pep saw the cracks. And like always, he went shopping, but not for the hype names. For system players, players who fit. City finally replaced Gundogan. Took them long enough. Reijnders is basically everything Pep missed last season. Smooth on the ball, progressive passing, ball carrying. He can sit deep, play box to box, or push forward into the box like peak Dortmund Gundogan. The man dragged a struggling Milan team last year with 15 goal contributions. And if you watched his masterclass against Real Madrid in the Champions League, you get it. This isn't just stats, this is control, intelligence, timing. And with Rodri behind him, he'll have the freedom to break lines and hurt teams exactly like City used to. Pep finally admitted it. There's no world where Rodri can play 60 games a year anymore. So enter Nico Gonzalez, basically a mini Rodri, deep-lying playmaker, reads danger, controls tempo, and more importantly, allows City to survive when Rodri needs rest or God forbid gets injured again. This signing was non-negotiable after last season's collapse. For the first time since 2019, City finally have an actual left back. Ait Nouri isn't just another fullback. He's technical, creative, insanely press resistant. At Wolves last season, he was their most dangerous creator, 12 goals and assists, while Wolves were fighting relegation. Pep can use him wide, inverted, floating floating inside basically the Algerian Joao Cancelo reboot, and more importantly, with him at left back, Guardiola can move back into his natural center back role where he belongs. Now this one could be special. Turkey is chaos. Two-footed, dribbles like the ball's glued to him. He sees passes nobody else even thinks of. If you watched his cameo against Spain, you saw the hype, threading passes between 5 defenders like it's nothing. Came off the bench and instantly made France more dangerous. Of course, Pep's system will test him, but if Turkey adapts, he might be the one to help replace De Bruyne's creativity long term. City needed verticality. Marmoush brings it. Straight out of Frankfurt, he immediately dropped hat tricks, screamers, and big game goals. He's not just a poacher. He can play across the front, drop into midfield, or run in behind. Basically, Marmoush offers Haaland protection and gives Pep flexibility when Haaland needs rest or support. Also, let's be honest, it's kind of refreshing seeing a Bundesliga signing actually hit for once. City's backline got exposed last season, so Pep brought in youth. Kusanov, tall, fast, aggressive. Uzbekistan's first Premier League player. Vitor Reis, young Brazilian, aerially dominant, calm on the ball. Both might need time to fully integrate, but the raw potential is there, especially as Pep starts planning the next defensive core. Not every signing makes headlines. Bettinelli brings experience, leadership, and calm to the goalkeeping group. Basically, every squad needs a guy like this. That's the rebuild. Multiple positions, depth restored, fresh legs everywhere. Not just transfers for hype, transfers with purpose. Now at this point, you're probably wondering, how the hell can City afford all this? Because on paper, it looks like they're just out here printing money. But here's where it gets sneaky. City isn't just spending, they're balancing. While everyone focuses on the total spend, Pep's been playing 4D chess with the net spend. They sold Mahrez, they sold Palmer, Laporte left. Cancelo's wages are off. Alvarez cashed out. The January and summer windows, all of that was partly funded by smart exits and previous quiet windows. Remember, after the treble, City barely spent the following summer. The 2024 campaign fooled everyone into thinking the core could keep winning forever. But when 2025 exposed those cracks, Pep hit the refresh button aggressively. The rebuild isn't reckless, it's controlled, calculated. They're essentially making up for 2 quiet years by doing one big reset. Financial fair play? Look at City. They always seem to find the legal gray area better than anyone else, but at least on paper, the model holds up. Here's the scary part. After everything they went through, City might come back even better. Rodri's back fully fit, and let's be honest, as long as Rodri breathes, City functions. Haaland. Even last season, when everything was falling apart, the guy still almost won the Golden Boot on one leg. Most strikers would sacrifice their entire career for 20 goals. For Haaland, that's a bad year. Foden. If he wakes up and remembers he's supposed to be one of the best young players in the world, that's another weapon unlocked. Now add in the new faces. Reinders pulling the strings alongside Rodri, Cherki doing magician things in the final third, Marmoush stretching defenses and giving Haaland a partner, Ait Nouri finally giving them width on the left, Nico Gonzalez letting Rodri actually rest, Kusanov and Vitor Reis breathing new life into a defense that badly needed fresh legs. The balance is back, the hunger restored. After winning everything, they got humbled, and that's dangerous, because once Pep gets humbled, history shows what happens next. 2016, tough first year, rebuilt, dropped a 100-point season. 2020, lost to Liverpool, rebuilt, won the league again. 2025, collapse now, the rebuild is complete.